Have you seen this image before? A bearded Viking shouting in battle, wearing a helmet with two enormous horns. But what if this image is completely wrong? The Vikings were maritime explorers, Norse traders and warriors, active between the 8th and 11th centuries. They came from Scandinavia, modern-day Norway, Sweden and Denmark. Known for their raids and colonizations, left deep marks across Europe. And about the helmets, archaeology is clear. To this day, only one complete Viking helmet has been found, in Germanbu, in Norway. And it has no horns. It is simple, made of iron, with a nasal guard. Nothing extravagant. The idea that Vikings wore helmets with horns is not something that originated in the Middle Ages, during the period when they actually lived. In fact, this popular image of horned helmets only appeared much later. In the 19th century, it was born during the cultural movement known as Romanticism, when many artists, writers, and European scholars began to idealize and exalt the past, Norse and Germanic. At that time, there was a great fascination with the ancient Scandinavian and Germanic cultures. But often, these representations were more fanciful than historical. Romantic artists, especially in Germany and Scandinavia, began to portray the Vikings in a dramatic and imposing way, and the helmets with horns became a striking visual symbol. Even though without archaeological basis, these images were reinforced by opera works, such as those by Richard Wagner, and spread through popular culture, until they became the stereotype we know today. In his opera, The Ring of the Nibelung, 1876, the characters inspired by Norsemen did wear helmets with horns. The costumes were created by Carl Emil Dobler, who wanted to give a mythical and wild air to the characters. From opera to the world, the image spread. Painters, writers, and later, Hollywood adopted the horns. Cinema and comics reinforced the Viking figure as a barbarian with a horned helmet, from Asterix to Thor, passing through cartoons and toys. The problem: this image distorts reality. The Vikings were more than savage warriors. They were craftsmen, merchants, and navigators. The myth of the horned helmet reinforces stereotypes and distances people from the true cultural Norse. Today, historians and archaeologists work to reconstruct the real image of the Vikings, and the horned helmets, well, maybe they existed in religious ceremonies, pre-Viking, but never in battle. So next time you see a Viking with horns, remember this is more Wagner than history. The true history of the Vikings is even more interesting and doesn't need horns to impress. Thank you for watching.